Okay, so today we are going to start with the chapter Imparfait and the Parfait. We have already done the Passé Composé. Today we are going to start with the Imparfait. Now, just like Passé Composé, Imparfait also indicates the past. But here it is a little bit different as we go in Passé Composé. Name itself reveals that this is the past tense. And there we talk about the actions which have been taken in the past, but in the sense they were completed on the specific occasions, they were finished, they were one time event. But when it comes to the imparfait signify a different kind of past. Like for the passé composé, we talk about the action that took place on a specific occasion in the past, and now it does not have anything in the continuity. Once and for all, it was finished in the past. But when it comes to the imparfait is used to describe the state of mind in the past, state of being in the past, and as well as the continuous action of the past, the repeated action of the past, or the habitual action of the past. That is the basic difference between these two. We know there is no ing form that exists directly into the French, not even in the present, not in the past. Same is the case. So in order to signify those continuous actions, we use imparfait. Wherever you feel like ing wala form aa raha hai, you need to use imparfait. It's very, very, very easy to make. But in order to master this, you should know the conjugations in the present itself. If you're good with that, you just need to make some amendments and you are good to go with imparfait. Otherwise, it becomes a tricky business for the students who don't put stress on the conjugations. That is why it's really, really important to get a hold of. Now, to form imparfait, we always take the new form of the present tense. This is our first step to do so. In the second step, we remove the ONS ending from the word. Almost with every category, we have an ONS. ER, IR, RE. So, like category, which gives you the stem ultimately. Then we add the imperfect. Now, this is something you need to keep in mind and you need to get a hold of and you need to learn, I would say definitely. Now, these are AIS, AIS, AIT, IONS, IEZ, and AIENT, which are the main endings to be added in the step. This is what you need to learn. Apart from that, the imperfect is really, really easy. Now, let's apply what we have just learned. So, we take the new form. Let's suppose we take the example of parler. Parler is to speak, or we can also say it like parler. Now, the new form of the present tense, if you do remember, we just need to drop this ER and we need to put the ONS. It gives you the present form. Nous parlons. But in order to make imparfait, you need to drop this ONS as well. And whatever is left is your step, which is PARL, parle. So we take par as a step. Okay. Write your subject pronoun je, tu, il, elle, nous, vous, il, elle. As such, we need to do. Then put the stem everywhere. Par, 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 par. Last but not the least, you are going to add the endings. So there you go. For je, AIS. For tu, AIS. For il, AIT. For nous, it becomes IONS. For vous, it is IEZ. And for il and elle again, for the plural, it is EL. Which makes it je parlais, I spoke. Tu parlais, you spoke, but in the past tense. I was speaking, you were speaking. Il, elle parlait, he or she was speaking or spoke, but this was interrupted somehow because it's just a small fragment, so we cannot make it very, very clear as compared to the passive composite here. But पूरे sentence में we get an idea कि passive composite नहीं है. Nous parlions, we spoke or we were speaking. Vous parliez, you were speaking, you spoke. Il parlait, elle parlait. They were speaking. Just notice, as in the present tense, the pronunciations for je, tu, il, and plural il used to be almost same. That case, follow over here. For je, tu, il, and plural il, the pronunciation is almost same. A. These three are A, the same sound. Like in English, it is A. Now, the verbs with the spelling changes in the present tense of no, such as manger and commencer, which are GER and CER verb. This is the interesting one. They retain the spelling change, but only for je, tu, and il, pluriel. When it comes to the no and who, the changes gets off. Like for GER verb, we used to put an extra E in the no position. Like we have the given word encourager, which is to encourage. So if you conjugate in that, I'm not going into depth right now because we know how to conjugate it in the present tense. So when we say nous encourageons, there used to be an extra E with ONS. So once you drop that ONS, the E will remain in the spellings. And this has to come everywhere except two subject pronouns, nous and vous. So you can see the spellings of je encourage, but if I write it for the nous, it will be nous encourageons. I will not put E. I will simply write IOS. Nous encouragions. That's it. Similarly, for CER verbs, we used to put cedil at no and hit. Same rule will follow. If you drop ONS, let's say this is the avancé verb. Okay? This is the verb avancé. So in the present tense, it will become nous avançons. And to keep the safe sound, a soft sound, we needed to put a cedil over here. In order to make the imparfait, we need to drop simply ONS. We drop it. Now we have this spelling retained everywhere. Everywhere. Je, tu, il, and plural il, but not at nous. So for nous and vous, it will simply be, for imparfait, it will become nous avancions. Nous avancions, as it is written over here. The extra E or the cedil are not needed in nous and vous form. Some examples are there. Nager is to swim. So we were swimming or we swam. This is nous nagions. There is no extra E. For commencer also, there is no cedil. Simply nous commencions. Now, depending on the context, I told you already, imparfait is going to have several particle and English. Like, if we talk about this elle faisait, how it is made? It is the conjugation of the faire. So for faire, we know the present sense of nous is nous faisons. Now this is the irregular one. So specifically pay attention to the irregular ones. Drop the ONS and you have the stem FAIS there. So you write it, and on L, we have the ending AIT. So we just put it AIT. Now, elle faisait means three things. She was doing the continuous action in the past. She used to do the habitual action in the past, and she did. But that action got interrupted. Don't confuse it with passé composé. In passé composé, there was no interruption. There was directly an ending. I told her to wash my clothes, and she did. She did wash my clothes when the electricity got off. Now, the second example tells you an idea that the action was inhibited. It was paused. That also has to come in. Are we getting it? Now, these rules, the simple one, it applies with each and every verb. There is only one exception, although that we have to keep in mind. That is the eth verb. The reason is eth doesn't have ONS on the no position. So what do? We take irregular stem of eth, that is a, everywhere, and just put the sequence. So it goes like this: J'étais, I was; tu étais, you were; il était, he was; elle était, she was; nous étions, les hasards; we were, vous étiez, you were in the plural cases; ils étaient, they were the boys; elles étaient, the girls. That's the only thing that we need to keep.